Wind energy is a great way to generate never-ending electricity without producing any harmful greenhouse gases.
But can wind turbines also be bad for the environment? Humans have harnessed the power of wind for thousands of years, but it's only in the last 130 years that we've been able to use it to generate electricity. In 1887, Scottish engineer James Blythe designed and built the world's first wind turbine and used it to power his holiday cottage. Since then, vast wind turbines have been popping up all over the place on land and offshore. Wind power currently produces around 20% or a fifth of our total electricity, and this month the government announced ambitious plans to power all of the UK using wind power by 2030.
Clearly, this is excellent news. After all, wind turbines don't produce any carbon dioxide while they generate electricity, so they don't contribute to climate change. And as long as the sun shines, there's going to be wind on Earth, which means that this energy resource is 100% renewable. Unlike our finite supply of fossil fuels, we're never going to run out of wind.
But are wind turbines harmful to wildlife?
Before a wind farm is built, teams of ecologists carry out an environmental impact assessment to check there's no rare or endangered species in the area.
While the wind farm is being built, it's obviously disruptive. As well as destroying the seabed, it creates a lot of underwater noise pollution and really impacts water quality.
But once the array is built, it actually benefits sea creatures. As boats aren't allowed around the turbines, it offers a safe haven for fish and porpoises, as well as providing a habitat for mussels, crabs and anemones, increasing the overall biodiversity of the area. And research shows the turbines have hardly any impact on seabirds too. Herring gulls are unaffected by them, while cormorants simply avoid them. So, is wind power the answer to all our problems?
Unfortunately, in our rush to reduce carbon emissions, we may have overlooked a few things. It takes a lot of resources to make a wind turbine. They need to be mined and then extracted, which damages vast areas of land and gives off loads of greenhouse gases. Each turbine also uses around a ton of rare earth metals, some of which are obtained by deep sea mining. And then there's the turbine blades themselves. While the metals in the shaft can be recycled, the blades are made from fiberglass, which makes them really difficult to recycle. At present, old blades are just buried in the ground, which adds 400 million tonnes of waste to our landfills every year. Out of sight, out of mind.
The good news is that we're recognising this shortfall and are adapting. As well as coming up with innovative ways of repurposing old blades, we're also discovering ways to recycle blades, allowing us to turn them into virtually anything.
But then there's the onshore impact of offshore wind farms. So if a wind farm is remote, which they tend to be, we currently have to dig up our countryside and our farmland and our woodland habitats to bury massive cables to get the electricity to the national grid. Instead, we could feed the electricity that's generated offshore into a modular offshore substation, which uses less cabling and has much less impact on the environment. These systems are already in use across Europe, so we should definitely be using them more here.
The key thing to remember is it's up to all of us to curb our electricity use. Generating electricity always has some negative impact, so being more mindful about how much electricity we're using will help us beat climate change.
Make sure to check out Abby's awesome video. It's really good and it's all about how to reduce your carbon footprint.